Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are continuing the trend of creating cool stuff with different types of decks. And you know what? I thought that there's one thing missing in Standard. Urza, the real Planeswalker, the best Planeswalker in Standard, and it will be proven in today's video. And not only this will be melded, you will see us untapping with it. You will see the true power that happens when your opponent doesn't instantly explode. And oh boy, they were not prepared. And without the further ado, let's go into games. And if you think that Urza is the best Planeswalker in Standard, click subscribe, that confirms it. Alright guys, have fun and enjoy the games. Alright, opponent goes first. Let's see. He pretends to be a Gandalf with 163 cards. And he mulliganed one of them. Alright. Alright, let's see. I have no idea what to expect, man. So far, it's a mono green. Alright, I've seen everything. What do we do now? We probably Soul Partition the 4-drop and try to work toward the Sunfall. Alright. We don't want you to use this part. And now he needs a lot of more mana. And you know what? We will be a mean player right now. He seems to be struggling with the mana, so we'll make sure he struggles a little bit more, because we want to get him out of this 5 mana plan as soon as possible. Alright, that's a good punish. And that's a good draw. Man, I'm so good at Magic. So instead of being smart and having one good lockdown, you can always make 2 bad ones, and the effect is the same. So right now we just wait until we hit our value cards. We have Man, this guy definitely plays some different Magic. Alright, so he wants to get rid of the lockdowns. So he will get the cards from the Up the Beanstalk. I'm sorry, I didn't play against mono green Karn Silex deck. Yeah, they can get all of this back. This is a very good deal for them. They get the Beanstalk back, they draw a card, and they also ramp a little bit. So extremely good trade for them. If I was smarter, I would have... Man, this is half control and half aggro deck. The classic one. Well, let's go for Field of Ruin, shall we? I think we just try to start the game a lot, right? And Urza will make our next place a little bit better. It kinda kills Urza when we Sunfall, but for this reason I hope we can wait a long time until Sunfall. When they play this, we counter it with Make Disappear. Let's prepare. Man, it looks so great. A counter spell for 1 mana is just perfect. Well, this definitely loves to, you know... Okay, I think I have the idea. Not sure what the big man, our draws suck. Like, we only draw lands, man. I can activate it, you know? It doesn't really do anything, but I can. Alright, so what is the plan? I think we make Disappear and Casualty on Urza, and then we Sunfall when he overextends. Alright, I mean, we will just be forced to play this. He has 1 mana here, nothing in the pool. So we can counter at least this, but not the card. So we are getting absolutely crushed in card value by mono green, because we didn't draw a single Memory Deluge, Quick Study or anything like this. And yep, let's play some more lands, shall we? I mean, every deck has no value if you only keep drawing lands. 8 lands, 15 cards, way over the half. The lockdowns didn't help as well on the Beanstalk, but you know, we could recover from it. I still think the game isn't over, because if he's trying to kill us with creatures, one Sunfall can absorb all this stuff, and the moment we hit a single Memory Deluge, we win. Alright, going super hard on this one. So again, I guess he can get the creature, right? Oh, it's a land. Only land, that's not very good. The modes don't really matter here. Like, the best one is getting a land, which means the Storm the Festival is a little bit better. Alright, I will definitely kill it with pleasure, my friend, if you really encourage me to. Let's go. One of our Field of Ruin definitely paying out. And the Sunfall, man, this is my only card. Look at all of these cards. Man, we actually have more, right? All the quick studies, all the Memory Deluge, Jace, Mightstones. Like, we are really heavy on the value in the library. But let's see what we do. Thank you! Finally. Okay, that means we can go for the Eiganjo. I could double Memory Deluge and try to survive one turn. I think we can do it. What are the dinosaurs? Nothing. I think we can go with it. Thanks to Urza, we can play both of the Memory Deluge on the same turn, and he doesn't know about it. I told you, man. After we play this, we win. Then we hit Farewell, we clear everything, and then we can start chaining the advantage and maybe even Meld Urza. Sure. Like, the question is, what will you get from it? So far, I've seen only creatures, and only things that die to Farewell. So maybe, okay, that's not meaningful. He gets the ramp, so he will be able to flashback those, so this is one more reason to Farewell. Man, like, Farewell literally answers everything. Man, this one draw, I told you. Let's see the cards. So we will get, what, 9 cards from the top, so pretty decent chance to hit Farewell instantly. Let's start with this. And see what we get. I mean, not the most impressive cards in the world. And they can use this to try to exile it. I will take the damage. Because if we cannot play our, you know, big stuff, we just Sunfall on the next turn anyway, to keep the board clear. And go from there. Try it. I mean, we could just counter it. This is a really big card for them. I mean, this is a really big card for them, and they are fully tapped. So, if we don't hit Farewell, we are in some serious trouble, and we cannot kill this one. Oh, but they are targeting. Okay, never mind. With the Scrap Gorger, it's easy. I mean, we won. It went according to plan in the end. So what do we do? I could get back the Urza. You know what? I think we can do it, right? We can do it just fine. We are going full control. We are exiling everything. We paid the cost, right? Oh, I guess we have legendary, so we don't need it, but still it's 1 extra mana, so why wouldn't we do it? And after this is cast, we can now bounce the Urza. And we save 1 mana point. Wow, so good at Magic. Alright, looking better, doesn't it? And let's play the Anchorage. To be fair, if I took untap land, I could play Make Disappear, and that's pretty important here, so maybe a little bit of blunder. Construct. What is the biggest construct? Alright, the game is on. The Super Planeswalker is definitely here, but we have ours. Alright, I like it. Round 2. We are definitely fighting. We are at 11, so it's something to consider. Attacking Nissa doesn't accomplish too much, so I think we just go Memory Deluge. The problem is that they have exile effects. How this? So they have this that can exile at instant speed basically, or the Scrap Gorger, but it has to tap, right? I think we can play it. Okay, Soul Partition. Those are the cards I was, I was trying to hit. All right. I want to Meld on the next turn. This is the win con, and I have Soul Partition to Make Disappear, so I hope I can protect the Urza. And I don't think they can kill me. The win con is melding, not winning the game. We just need to meld. I didn't honk for the day, so here you go. Alright. 8 is not too much. Sure. Oh, I made a small... I could play it better. I could just upkeep Soul Partition Nissa, and then they would replay her and I Make Disappear. I would get them to tap all the mana. They already played it. Man, I will have to Sunfall first. That will be harsh. Alright, let's see how they play. Because if we melt Urza, we can just exile Nissa. Stomper, sure. Man, he really wants us to just Sunfall this. I could Soul Partition the Urza, play Sunfall and, you know, replay it. We know the attack, right? I can just take the damage, and then what? We aren't guaranteed to have a land. So 4 mana on the Mightstone. Then we have 4. Right, 4. So 4, 6 mana, 8 mana. So we can activate Urza and still have 1 mana for Soul Partition. But then we need to defend, like, it doesn't super work, right? Sorcery costs 2 less to cast. I won't have 1 mana for this because it will be 2 white mana still. So yeah, I think we kinda have to go around it. I really want to melt Urza, so this is not the best play. Okay, okay, I think I know. It's not the most optimal play, but it's the most fun one, so we are going with this one. He played so much that I kinda have to Sunfall. Like, that wasn't the idea, but he just played so much stuff, man. So much stuff. If I play the Mightstone, it's not very good. Because he just minuses Nissa. So let's go with Urza. And set up for the next turn, hopefully. He might still go for this one, because it threatens Nissa. But we'll see. And we have 1 make disappear. If they, you know, do something wild, maybe it helps. Sure. Not a problem. They have Trump. Oh, no way, man. No way. No way. Are you a construct? Yes, you are. I mean, I'm getting the Power Stone then, I guess. Well, not perfect. Not perfect. But you got it. It's still good for us, but I just really wanted to melt, man. And I know you guys want it as well. So, okay, that was fast. My brain didn't register Urza, but we still exile everything. And we punish our opponent for what he has done. Alright? If you play like this, prepare to get punished on Nissa. That will make the tokens way less scary. And probably force him to play a little bit differently. And it also can kill Nissa in 2 turns, right? Oh! Of course, the famous green removal. Alright then. Let's take the planes. And that actually helps us melt, right? And let's activate the map token. Let's see if we draw a land or we just spam the creature. Quicksa, this card that we really wanted since a long time. So he has Nissa, he has this 1 huge creature, but that's it. And you can see that he's slowly getting out of value. I mean, we are not milling him, alright? He has way more value in the library. It's been working surprisingly well, I'll give him that. And I can take 1 hit. So I play Urza. I can use the Power Stone he gave me. And what this will do, we get the Mightstone. He can respond at instant speed, but I don't think he has anything. He plays 1 Boseiju, so this is 5 mana. And the Mightstone. We are going for it, man. We are going for it. Even if I die, I'm dying for the content. And we activate it. And this is the moment we are all waiting for. First, let's set things straight. Who is the best Planeswalker in Standard, alright? Sia. Alright, now we will do what? We probably make 2 Chorus creatures. And let's see if he can give this the trample. If he doesn't have trample, he's out of this game because we end up with the best Planeswalker in Standard. And yeah, oh, the desperation boils here. Or whatever, you get the idea. Sometimes I just lack the correct word, man, and I just say something that is closest and it never makes sense. Alright, and the scoop is incoming. They know they cannot beat The Urza, the true Urza. You can have all the caverns, my friend. They just aren't enough. No trample. No trample means you can never kill it. And no, okay, let's start with a true power. Everything is for free. No Celestus for you, bro. Like, man, we are this. Look at this. This is one turn when this actually comes into play. Like, look at this stuff. Like, infinite power. Like, look at this stuff. We can just do everything we want right now. Let's draw 2 cards. And let's play Mirex. And we should probably think about killing him at some point, right? That's kind of what we should do at, you know, a random point in the game. And let's keep attacking. That creates faster repulse. And because we have Negate, I mean we need 3 mana, because it's make disappear and negate in one. Oh, never mind. Both of them cost more. For some reason I thought one of them is discounted and the other one isn't. And you can see that in one single turn, Urza, after untapping, just gives you insane power. Like, you can do everything. And honestly, this cost reduction gives you so much, because you can basically chain infinite spells in a row. So that really helps you stabilize after you invested so much into playing this Planeswalker. Bro, don't throw me. We had such a cool game. Right, guys, so Urza actually made our opponent full rope. Like, this is the third rope that he's doing. And did you know we will use this time to entertain you? Did you know that you can press those buttons? If there's something you can do more with it, just tell me in the comments. Like, sometimes, you know, there are like puzzles and then something else happens. I would love them to keep doing this kind of stuff, because I think even for roping that would help a lot, because, you know, just people would be entertained with, you know, the board itself. And that's not as much work, I think, for a full company, so yeah. Oh, and we won the game, by the way, as well. So our opponent goes first, as always, because that's the rule. I think we mulligan it. That's such a losing hand if we don't draw anything good. And let's go one Soul Partition. This one is better, but of course we are suffering from a lot of missed value right now. Like, in this kind of decks, one card is really hurting you. For example, if this is any kind of slow matchup, not having Mightstone is huge. Like, we will play it probably, but you know, it is what it is. Charming Scoundrel. Alright. I should actually do it differently. I should wait until he makes this trigger, right? Because I still have priority after it, right? Yep. See, this is when I should do. So right now they know what to expect. For example, they could go for the treasure token, hoping they will play their 3-drop with the discount. So that was a small misplay on my part. And let's go with Urza. We kinda need it in the board right now. Our mana base is pretty bad. Let's see if that survives. 4 toughness is no joke. Alright, treasure. Or the Wicked Roll doesn't do much. Interesting. If they don't attack, oh boy, this is such a great card. Ha 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 ha. We could go for double blue. Man, the lockdown is so tempting, but it will be better like later. Our great draw just shows 26 lands, but of course getting absolutely dwarfed with mana base by a simple aggro. Oh boy, the shuffler games are wild. Like, I really need a land. So I got both color screwed and mana screwed, so it's not going perfect. Imagine if I could play the Mightstone and the Weakstone and just draw 2 cards. The game would be practically over. Sure. And we have to use Field of Ruin at the end step. So I'm not sure how much time I have. Let's go for the picks. I should probably go for the courtyard, yeah, right? It gives them more mana, and the colors aren't an issue for them, most likely. So I'm not sure. I can see both having some merit. We have double white, so let's go for double blue. Alright. Man, you don't know how this island calms me. That whenever I sit, it's just, yeah, oh, it's fine. So, what do we do? We have opened the counter spell. Basically their horde... No, they have the recruiter. They have the recruiter. Maybe we shouldn't be greedy and just go with the lockdown. But we can also go Dissipate. I think I wait one more turn. You can see how much work Urza is doing. Not only it enables all of our plays when we were mana screwed. Sure. Everything that is cost 1 or 2 goes through. Even if it deals direct damage to us somehow. Okay. I think they might have Recruiter, but it's usually their last play, right? They need to make sure that this will be a Lifa. And it's open mana as well. You can see this small Dissipate holds them really in check right now. And we need to be patient with the lockdown because I kinda don't want to use Sunfall. Cool. No value for you. Perfect. That's good. Not only we got their value engine, but it's also converted mana cost higher than 2. So that's a pretty good deal so far. It will be rough to go, through lockdown into the Mightstone and the Weakstone because we need 2 turns, and yeah, I think we still won. Yeah, that's kinda it, right? We force him to... Like, look, if we played lockdown when there are 2 Scavengers, we would get only those cards. Look how much more we got. Like, we got 3 extra cards just by playing patiently. And this is how we win against aggro. Very nice draw. See ya. Let's see if they play Get Lost. I don't need the damage. Like, this is not how we win. This is how we win. By not attacking. Oh boy. Single lockdown. See, we had Sunfalls, we didn't even need to use them. Like, I tell you, man, not only we get super bad mana every game, but we are also on the draw nearly always. I don't think I ever played on the play with this deck so far. Let's go with Adarkar. Very nice draw. But being on the draw sucks. Basically, instead of killing their best creature, you say, oh, please, take it. Alright, that's Cavern of Souls, so we know that this won't happen. Instant tap, so they get scryed, they get... Man, this is really good opening. If we had Make Disappear, because we are on the play, you know what would happen? They would get one of those countered, and they couldn't activate them. So that would contribute to so much damage during the game, it's not even funny. And because we are on the draw, Sunfall is way later. Then, I mean, this is the play, right? If your opponent is playing aggro all the time and he's always on the draw, yep, uncounterable, because reasons. That's how we play Magic right now. And this also means we have to quick stat the main phase, and they can deal a lot of damage. I think we lost. There's no, like, we don't have good hand against what our opponent is doing. We got worst case scenario with perfect curve on our opponent. I mean, the best I can do is just go Field of Ruin, but it's not worth it. It's actually not worth it at all. And we keep drawing the wrong cards as well. Imagine playing Cardo. Imagine playing a card that doesn't remove a creature in your deck. And you can see, we will survive this one turn, which means that if we're on the play, we would play the 5th land. It would be even easier because this wouldn't be as pumped. So the whole game boils down that we are on the draw, and this is also the reason why you always hear, a little bit of complaining, because when you are on the draw, you just lost like 30% win rate by just seeing this message. And I know, actually it's higher. Actually it's more than this. And I will tell you in a second exactly why. Right? And this is one of the we lost. So let's pretend we are on the play. Good game, we won. Oh, I'm on the draw. I guess I concede. So I was playing like mono red and mono white, and the difference in win rate between being on the play and on the draw is, in my cases, from 85% win rate on the play to 48% on the draw. I mean, you can see why those decks are winning. Oh, is that Boros? I see. I mean, you better cast your Soul Partition, because on the next turn you are dead. And they need to main phase something if they want to get the double strike. Alright, I really need to click it quick. Oh, I'm not sure if I was quick enough. Okay, 8 damage. 8 damage isn't much. Also, he kinda wasted the part with haste. I didn't even read the card because I wanted to go as fast as possible. And they have something. It can be indestructible. I'm not sure what we are against exactly. This is how we need to set up the lands. So we go 2, 2, and 4. And that means the Emperor will be available. So let's see. They need to do it again. Also main phase if they want to kill us, and they definitely won't. They know on the next turns bad things might happen to them. Right? Mike the Gathering. Oh boy, that's unfortunate. I hope you had some anti-exile effects, because indestructible, I think they might have Lawrence Escape. Oh, it also gives hexproof? Alright, that's different. What is the card? +2, +2. Do we die? I think we're at 2. Right? Oh my god, that's so little damage, bro. Well, I hope you brought more.
Run away.
Enters the battlefield, it already did. Well, that didn't go as bad as I hoped. I thought that this will pump itself. Right? Discover? I think they misclicked it, right? No, Sloth, they didn't. I've checked during the editing and it's attacking creature, and they couldn't cast it because nothing was attacking, because the enchantment is sorcery speed, so you cannot cast it in combat phase. So a little bit wonky card for them to include in the deck, but they couldn't do it. So disregard any misplayed discussions, I just didn't read the card fully. So I knew they have Lawrence Escape because that's probably why they splashed white. They could also splash blue for basically the same reason with phasing out. But I forgot it also gives the Hexproof. So yeah, I always Sunfall those creatures, so that's why I don't care. Oh, do I die? There's haste. There's haste. But I think if we kill this creature with the lockdown, and it cannot really be protected anymore, I think we're okay. And this will be what? 3, 4, 4, so 8 damage. But that means that if he didn't misplay, that would make a difference. And also he needs to keep the Emperor in the board, which is not perfect for him. Alright. Alright. I could go Urza and then keep up the counter spell. That is super tempting, because that means I can prevent one of the bad things that will happen. But the problem is that I kinda need to... Yeah, I think lockdown is just simply better. Not my... Oh no! Okay, never mind. It's only artifact, instant, sorcery. I thought that I can play Urza and then pay 2 mana for the lockdown, but that's not how it works. So they have haste creatures. I think... So at this turn I just need to survive their hasters, if they have one. Because it's very hard for them to give trample on top of haste. Exactly. And then we untap with Dissipate and Urza, and we go from there, and that should be an easy game. Alright, Mike the Gathering, that was scary. Alright guys, we are after the games, and now the time for the final impressions. Crazy stuff. So honestly, I think it's one of the coolest Urza Planeswalkers decks I have played. The reason is that we have a lot of like interactions for 1 mana with Soul Partition, Make, Disappear, Negate. I know there are Cavern of Souls, but I still like some counter spells, and I will probably try to keep playing them. We included Field of Ruin to be a responsible gamer, but at the same time, the fact that you can, like, normally as a control deck you just go into full control mode, right? You need to counter everything, you need to stabilize the game on your terms. With Urza build, it's a little bit different. Sometimes you can play for the tempo, and it means that playing a 1 mana counter spell can be a difference between just overwhelming your opponents, especially that you have insane amount of cardo. Look at this. This is all of your cardo, and you can even use Soul Partition as your extra cardo on the Mightstone and the Weakstone. You also have Jace. Here you go. And don't forget the flashback from Deluge. So you actually have so much value in the deck if you can chain it directly. Even the Anchorage is a small value, right? Because you can draw cards in a way with it and get into those Memory Deluges faster. So pretty good stuff. And yeah, I think that sometimes getting this 1 extra card, and that's the point. Urza is extremely scary creature. Even though very often it isn't super played, every aggro deck fears it because they know they need to win by out-tempoing you, and this prevents it. And it's also a 2/4, so it's not as easy to kill. You generally don't want to block it if you, block with it if you are against aggro deck, because they just use like play with fire and just finish it. But dealing 4 damage forces them to use a heavy removal if they have one. If they don't, you untap with it, and in one turn it gets back all the value. If you cast 2-3 spells, that's extra 3 mana, so you got it for free, and this is a 2/4, and then you can start blocking, right, when you know what you are doing. Soul Partitions can be used to protect Urza, so super cool combination as well, but they can also be used to exile a Realm Breaker or a Planeswalker or any creature that gets pumped or anything that you cannot deal with. So super versatile card, and I cannot stress how much different this card is for 1 mana than for 2. Like when you have 2 spare mana and you can play 2 spells, it basically negates the full opponent's turn most of the time, and it's only 2 mana on your turn. So pretty cool stuff, and you need to really keep using it if you want to, win as many games as possible. The melding was surprisingly easy. I don't know why, but it was. I think that I usually lacked value in the Urza's build, like I have been doing, so that's why I went so heavy with the cardo, and it feels that it pays out. We only played 2 Memory Deluge and 4 quick status for a very good reason. This can get discounted, but it's not as good then. Like, it's okay, it's still worth it, but it doesn't scale fully. Quick Study actually scales fully. It even scales with the melded version, so it's really good addition to the deck if you can cast it. Like, on next turn after you play this, you have 4 lands, which means double quick study. If you can get single turn like this, you are set for the rest of the game. It's a higher scenario, but you want those kind of scenarios in your deck because they sometimes happen. You have seen it in the video. So guys, I really like the deck. I think if you like melding Urza, it's probably one of your best bets. It happens quite a lot, and the deck is super fun to play. So that's kinda it. And the Lockdown is also a very nice combination with Urza, right? Because it's 3 converted mana cost, so you can sweep the board while also not losing your Urza. With Sunfall, and that's something I didn't talk about before, you play Sunfall together with a creature. So you kinda want to be aware when you play it, and you probably need to know in advance when you are going to Sunfall in like 3 turns. Then you need to not play Urza into the board unless you want to invest him. This is one of the reasons we play 4. One of them can be used to slow the board, then Sunfall, and then you just draw into the next one, and then you go for the thing. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. And I mean, what's more to say than see you tomorrow.